welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing the 2023 CONCACAF Gold Cup quarterfinals and predicting the semifinals of the Gold Cup. Reacción de la cuartos de final y predicción de las semifinales de la Copa Oro de la CONCACAF. Let's talk about the quarterfinals first, starting with Panama 4-0 versus Qatar. Panama wins. I picked them to win. I had that right. I thought it would be 3-1. I didn't think Panama would absolutely wallop Qatar. Again, I didn't realize that they had 8 players that were going to be suspended off a yellow card accumulation. When that happens, you're going to lose a match. And your coach as well in the press box. Yeah, no, your manager in the press box as well, yeah, you're going to lose that match. Panama, Jesus. They slapped them. They smacked them around. It wasn't even funny. Panama went and smacked Qatar around like it was nobody's business. It was a freaking domination. It was a stomping, domination, sacking, whatever you want to call it. That was probably the most dominant match of the round. Panama showed the strongest performance against their opponent. Qatar just had no answers. A lot of their players were bench players that had to come up, next man up. It just wasn't going to happen. Panama, awesome win for Panama. Dominant win. Diaz with a hat trick. Pretty quickly, too. I think once he scored his first goal, it was only like 15 minutes? It wasn't even 20. It didn't take long. But I got that one right. 1-0 on my predictions so far. Then, the second match of that night, the main event of that night, the Saturday, Mexico 2-0 Costa Rica. I had it right. And I did say if it wasn't 3-1 Mexico, it would be 2-0 Mexico. I did not see Costa Rica winning this game, but damn, they were a lot tougher than I expected them to be. They stood firm. This should have went to extra time. Mexico got a penalty in the second half. They converted. And they got a tap-in that was sort of a stunning tap-in. Like, Costa Rica should not have let that happen. Yeah, Costa Rica didn't really have any offensive chances. But Mexico, I mean, they sort of scuffed 2 goals, you know? Not like they missed it, but more like, oh, they shouldn't have scored those. Those were child's play. That's like stealing candy from a baby, but they start crying, but you're still going to run away anyway and steal the candy. That makes no sense. Mexico did not play that well. They got pretty much stifled besides those 2, the penalty and the tap-in, so to speak, against Costa Rica. They got stifled. Costa Rica did what they could to try to get this to extra time because they knew winning on penalties was probably their best chance. But again, that did not happen. Mexico did their job. That was a struggle win, as Funny Mane would say. If you watch his Alabama fans watch whatever week it is in college football videos, you know. He would have called it a struggle win, and I agree. Struggle win for Mexico. I had that one right, 2-0 on my predictions. Speaking of struggle wins, Guatemala 0, Jamaica 1. Another struggle win to open up Sunday night. Jamaica had a lot of offensive chances, but Guatemala defensively was good. Hagen stood on his head. Guatemala probably should have won that match. Now, listen to me. That referee sort of screwed over Drew Fisher, the Canadian referee, which I never liked him anyway, so for my Guatemalan friends. I don't like Drew Fisher either. I think he sucks. I feel sorry for y'all. I saw it coming as soon as I heard his name as the referee. Somebody was getting screwed. It just ended up being Guatemala, and well, oh boy. I mean, Guatemalan guy gets stomped on the balls after the play is over. That's not a red card. Like, legitimately, just ran over and stomped on the crotch. And you're telling me that's not a red card? Yeah, that should have been Jamaica down to 10. I'm not going to say it wasn't. That was a red. That was a red. Like, if that happened anywhere else, they would have went to VAR and been like, yeah, so-and-so stomped on this guy's balls after the play was over. You sure you don't want to give that a card? Like, no. In most cases, that should have been a red. So, Jamaica should have been down 10 for a while in that game. They should have been. Then they scored a goal with Amari Bell at the time in the 51st. In the 50th. Not the 50th, but like 51st, 54th, somewhere around there. 51st, hey, already had it. 51st minute. And that was when they should have been down to 10. So, Jamaica did enough. They should have scored more goals, but they also should have been down to 10. Like, that's how weird this game was. The referee screwed over Guatemala. That is a fact. It doesn't help when you really don't have any offensive play except for Rubio Rubin. But defensively, Guatemala was good. Hagen was good. Defensively, they were good. The Guatemalan fans showed out. We're pushing Guatemala to a better result. Jamaica did what they had to do, or they got what they needed. They should have done more, but they also should have been down to 10. Like, that's how weird this game was. Jamaica, since they won, they did have more offensive chances. They should have scored more. They should have been more clinical, but here's the problem. They also should have been down to 10 men. And this referee just sucked anyway. Drew Fisher just sucked anyway. I'm not surprised, but Jamaica did what they had to do. They got it done. They had a good performance, but still, I'm more honestly pissed about the ref. And I wanted Jamaica to win. I picked them to win. I wanted them to win. But that ref legitimately sort of made it a bittersweet win. It is what it is, but I got it right 3-0 on my predictions for the quarterfinals. And finally, United States 2, Canada 2, 3-2 on penalties to the United States. Canada did better than I expected. They really did. Here's the problem. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Not football. And certainly not a penalty shootout. Yes, I'm happy for Canada in their performance, their passion, their heart. They showed fight they did not show at the Nations League final. And that's what matters to me. Especially with this B team, because I thought they'd get blown out last night. To be honest, going into it, I didn't feel any... What's the word? I didn't feel any scared nervousness. Because I thought, oh, they're going to get blown out. They're going to get blown out. Like, if they win, great. I'm happy. But I'm expecting them to lose. Again, I only said they had a 30% chance to win. Yeah, throughout that game, that chance did balloon up. Because everything went right until Scott Kennedy scored the own goal. And then, from there, it just went downhill. Schaffelberg almost got a Gold Cup winner. They almost beat the United States on United States soil. Canada, for the first time since 57 in St. Louis, Missouri. 1957 was the last time they beat the U.S. on U.S. soil. And that was in St. Louis in 1957. That is a pretty cool fun fact. I'm not going to lie. But it wasn't meant to be that July 9th, 2023 in Cincinnati, Ohio was the next time. It was not meant to be. Scott Kennedy ruined it. Again. Just like he did the Nations League final. United States did what they had to do, but they kind of really... Well, I wouldn't say they did what they had to do. They kind of looked milquetoast. They didn't look that good. Cade Cowell gave them a spark. And Brendan Vasquez did too. But other than that, Matt Turner probably saved them by winning that penalty shootout. So, again, Cade Cowell actually looks like he could hang with the main U.S. team, though. He's pretty good. I'll give him that. But I was right about the prediction. I said the U.S. would win, sadly. And I was 4 for 4 on my quarterfinal predictions. So what does that leave us for the semifinals? United States versus Panama, the first semifinal to be played on Wednesday. Jamaica versus Mexico. will be the second one played. I will be live for both, and I will review Jamaica versus Mexico. The one good thing about Canada losing is that I don't have to do 2 RSRs. That makes it easier for me. But 2 lives, 1 RSR on Wednesday night, starting with U.S.-Panama. My prediction for that is the United States wins 1-0. Because again, even if Panama's the better team right now, which arguably they are, and they didn't play 120 minutes in a penalty shootout, the U.S. has to play better than they did against Canada, first of all. Second of all, the U.S. always finds a way because, well, look at the Brandon Vasquez goal, then look at the equalizer from the own goal off of Scott Kennedy. The U.S. always finds a way, at least in the past Gold Cups. With a B team, they've always found a way. Last time, 2021, they always found a way, and they found a way to skirt through 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Right. Then, of course, at the Gold Cup here, they draw against Jamaica. They found a way to do that. They win on penalties against Canada. They found a way to do that. I mean, 6-0 against Trinidad and St. Kitts ain't really finding a way, but, you know, sure, you should do that. So, the U.S. is going to find a way. They should lose. In all realms of possibility, the United States should lose this football match. Problem is they won't. They'll find a way to win. Whether that is on penalties again, whether that's 1-0 in extra time, or it's 1-0 in 90 minutes. They will find a way. And I think they will. United States win. They go to the final once again to defend their title in the Gold Cup final. And try to win 4 straight CONCACAF championships, trophies. Then, Jamaica versus Mexico. I think this game will be a very similar situation to Guatemala-Jamaica. Except the referee will probably be more unbiased, or if he is biased, will be towards Mexico instead of Jamaica. But I think this will be similar. But Mexico has an equal amount of offensive firepower that Guatemala does right now. They don't have Quiñones. They don't have Tecatito at this tournament. So guess what? You don't have it. You better hope you have Edson Alvarez, because he took a knock during the Costa Rica game. And he's been amazing in a center back role. And that's been one of the reasons why Mexico have been somewhat successful at this Gold Cup. For me, I think Jamaica does enough to beat Mexico. I still think they're the favorite to beat Mexico. I think Jamaica are the better team in this situation. I think they will have a better performance than they did against Guatemala, even though it will be a tight game. Defensively, Jamaica knows how to hold down. Deshaun Bernard, great defender. Damian Lowe, great defender. He is still playing, yes. I don't think he got a yellow to where he would get suspended for yellow card accumulation. But, again, Jamaica's defense is good enough. Amari Bell, Javane Brown. Jamaica's defense is good enough. They got a great midfield. And then their forward line is just threatening and absolutely crazy, especially in the realm of CONCACAF. So you know what? Crazy good. So you know what? Jamaica wins. They're the best squad on paper that's left, and they were the best squad on paper to come into the tournament. They go to the final, as I predicted. So, what is my final prediction? My predicted Gold Cup final. Predicción de la final de la Copa Oro. Jamaica versus United States. Jamaica contra Estados Unidos is my predicted final, which I had predicted before the knockout stage. I had Canada, Jamaica before the tournament, which almost looked like that very likely could have happened. Guess what? No, but I'm sticking with Jamaica, United States for my predicted final. So, that'll be Sunday. Let's see if that's the case. Wednesday, of course, we'll see if that ends up being the case for Sunday. And if I'm right on both my semifinal predictions, or if I miss them both, or if I get 1-1. Who knows? With that being said, there you go. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share us with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, actually. Wednesday for 2 watch-alongs. United States versus Panama, Jamaica versus Mexico, and a review of Jamaica versus Mexico in the CONCACAF Gold Cup semifinals. I'll cover both, review one, And then Thursday, of course, I'll recap the semis like this. And then Friday, I will make my Gold Cup final prediction. Saturday, I'll be live for Toronto FC, Chicago Fire FC versus Toronto FC. And then Sunday, I'll be live and review. Of course, I'll review the Toronto match as well. Then on Sunday, I'll be live and review the Gold Cup final. Then Monday's off. Then Tuesday, we got the All-Star Skills Competition. Wednesday, we got the MLS All-Star Game. And then on the weekend, I think that Friday after, that Friday of that week, we got the Leagues Cup predictions. Then we're on our way to the Leagues Cup that weekend. So, starting with Cruz Azul versus Inter Miami, of course. So, that's what the next 2 weeks look like, pretty much. So, we just went there, of course, because it's a Monday. Why not? So, with that being said, I'll see you on Wednesday. I'm out. Peace.